Ever so briefly this morning, let me draw your attention to some of the truths that are hidden in these parables, these sayings of Jesus. Notice that the treasure does not originate with us. It's not ours. We don't create it. We don't discover it within ourselves. It's not in ourselves, but exterior to us, at least at the beginning. Notice that it doesn't originate with us. It isn't created by us. And that the value of the treasure is independent of us. But it is tied to something objective, good and bad, he said, wickedness and righteousness. We don't set the price or the moral character or the value of the treasure. The value is independent of us, and choosing it costs the person. There are consequences to choosing. In this sense, there's a loss. There are other options that could have been chosen, but if you sell all that you have for this one treasure, then other things must be sacrificed. Choice here is depicted as limiting options. There's no money left, nothing that the person has left. Choosing costs the person, and it limits the options. And it's precisely in this way that our choosing becomes meaningful and significant and worthwhile. And it's in this way the person is ennobled. His or her life is enriched. I've said no to all lesser things because I have found that which is valuable regardless of what I say. And by so choosing and sacrificing for it, the person is ennobled, is enriched. How different that is than the society in which we live, how it understands choosing, which is the reduction of all restrictions. More options are associated with choosing, not fewer. And the prohibition of all restrictions is also associated with choice. But so too is the absence of consequences. Choosing is something that is done out of a desire for that which we say is valuable, and our choosing is done with the hopes that little consequences will arise from it. We have vaccines for STDs. We have birth control and abortion for pregnancy. We have no-fault divorces. We have cholesterol medication so we can have our quarter pounders with cheese. And by so doing, have stripped choice of its substance, its meaning, and its ennobling quality. But you know something of this, for you've braved the pandemic to be here. Or if you've decided it's right that I should not be there because of my family's condition, health, etc., but keep the Lord's day holy, you have sacrificed other things. You sense something of the truth contained in this parable. You have sold what you have so that this parish might survive during this trying time. The 8 o'clock crowd felt the consequences immediately when they walked in and there was no air conditioning here in the church. I counseled them at the end that should suggest to them something of the beauty of their choice. You're feeling the consequence as you fan yourself. You know something of the truth contained in this parable. What you are doing, do so even more, come what may.